Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca and we've got some best of 2021. Hello! Happy almost New Year, or maybe Happy New Year. I don't know when this will go up. But thank you so much for clicking on this video. And I have here the best of under $10 drugstore, because I mean, that's where you get things that are under $10. My goal was to pick products that were launched in 2021. If I messed up and it was launched in 2020, oh well, it's my channel. Who's gonna fire me? I don't know, you guys, right? Don't fire me. Okay, primer. This one is from Essence. It is the Putty Primer. I recently discovered this. I'm wearing it today. I really enjoy it. It is a silicone free. It has smoothing squalane. It's kind of, it's got that like dimethicone feel to it. It's not very putty, like kind of sticky, not sticky, but like thick putty. It's still kind of a gel, but it smooths. Everything looks good over the top of it. It's got just a slight fragrance, but not a ton. And it's really pretty, really affordable because it's Essence. And then another one, which, gosh, I wish I had a fragrance-free one, and I am so sorry. There's probably one that I loved that's not under $10. That's fragrance-free. Yeah, but for now, we're gonna do also the Wet n Wild Impossible base. The glass skin one that's green, that one is good too. This is nice. It's just good. Like, it just has a lot of, it says it mattifies and it hydrates and it blurs pores and it preps skin and your makeup lasts longer. And I mean, it kind of does. It's just very nice on the skin. Really works well under any foundation. And I mean, I am dry, combination dry, so it depends on the season and the climate, etc., that I can be more oily, but I still just like this for foundation to go over the top, whether I'm wearing something really dewy or even somewhat mattifying. It just preps the skin and kind of receives the foundation so that it wears better. So the Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation, I am wearing this in shade 040 Neutral Vanilla. I love this stuff. It is so good. It has coverage. It's not thick. It's not chalky. I mean, it's a perfect hydrating foundation. It has hyaluronic acid. It says it's got a natural finish and a weightless feel. And I mean, it's made in Italy. You get an entire ounce. And I don't think there's any fragrance in here. It is just something so straightforward, so good, especially if you have dry skin. This, so good. And then my runner-up favorite is the Wet n Wild Tinted Skin Hydrator. This stuff is so good. It is, it kind of, I think it went viral. It came on sort of by storm. I reviewed it when it first came out, and I think it was still pretty new on the scene. And then I think some of the bigger channels reviewed it and were like, whoa, this is good. And I wanted to say, I know, I told you so. No. So this is oil-free, sheer to medium. It also has squalane, hyaluronic acid. I think this is fragrance-free as well. Such a good value, such a good, it's probably, well, I feel like this was the year of skin tints and tinted moisturizers and things like that for me. It really just, so good for hydrating. And so if you have dry skin, I think a lot of folks with combination skin even liked this. It's very similar to the Urban Decay Hydromaniac because it's got quite a bit of coverage. So it's amazing. Okay, next, concealer. Now, my problem is I cannot find the e.l.f. Brightening Concealer. Comes in so many shades. It's in a pen, so I know some people don't like that kind of situation of where you click it. I don't mind it. It actually has a lot more coverage than you think it would. Like you think it's going to be that sheer, like the Touche Éclat from YSL, but it actually has really good coverage. It's really brightening and it just wears so nicely and it's so affordable. So that is definitely one of my favorites. And then this one from Wet n Wild, the Incognito, another super popular one. I think it went viral. This is so good and affordable. It replaced their Photo Focus concealer, which I was really sad to see go because I actually prefer that one. And this one has fragrance. So I was like, you guys, what are you doing? But it's very affordable, super good coverage. And yeah, it's really long lasting. So in terms of under $10 and new this year, the Incognito was a good one. You guys, did the Joao Blur Powder come out this year or last year? It came out this year, right? Didn't I review it this summer? Huh, yeah. Everything's running together. The Joao Blur Powder, I think this is $8. It is phenomenal. You can use it as a setting powder. You can use it as a finishing powder. I duped it to the By Terry Hydra Touch Powder. It has the same ingredients. And I mean, go ahead, get the By Terry. I don't blame you, but this is so silky smooth, so sheer, and it comes in one shade. You can get it at CVS or on the Kiss website. No, sorry, on the Joao website. And it's just so good. I love this. I have a backup. Everyone who bought theirs told me they love theirs too. Thank you. I'm sorry. I love it when you guys are like, I bought that and I love it. And I'm like, I was right. I'm not a Leo. Pff, what are you talking about? Then this one surprised me. The NYX Can't Stop Powder. Can't Stop, Won't Stop Powder. It's mattifying, but don't let the name fool you because it is so not dry, not mattifying, like I guess I'm such a product of the 90s that I think when I see mattifying, I think I'm just going to have this like powdery looking face. And this doesn't, like when you touch it, you're like, feels like powder. Almost looks like it has a little bit of coverage, but this shade is light. It really, really does the job of blurring and softening. You can use it as a setting powder. You can use it as a finishing powder. I just really like it. I thought it was a really great addition that NYX came out with and affordable, which yay, thank you. Because sometimes when NYX, they came out with some holiday stuff that was like around $20 and I'm like, what are you guys doing? Bronzer. e.l.f. Putty Bronzer, hands down the best bronzer this year. This one is is this the Tan Lines one? I always get the Feelin' Shady. This is like my contour shade because it's kind of gray. I mean, you know. And then for under $10, this Putty Bronzer, man. And then this is the Tan Lines. This is so good. Between all the skin tints and the things that we're doing for this focus on the skin, putting this bronzer over it, oh, it just looks so good. You can either powder on top of that, you can powder on under it, it really does do such an incredible job that I don't think I need a high-end one anymore. Tons of good powder ones, not under $10 though, so stay tuned because I will have another video on other favorites. But this one, and the other thing that I cannot find is the e.l.f. Putty Blushes. $6, fabulous. Kind of almost a matte, like you put it on and it really almost dries to a powder. So good, very, like pigmented but thin, and that's what I loved about those Putty blushes. Milani's Cheek Kiss. This is like if you want a creamy cream blush, so something that has a bit of tackiness and more of a sheen, you know, something that's very, I mean, I'm wearing highlighter too, but something that really just kind of blends nicely over your makeup and gives a pop of color, but stays a little bit, I don't know, just Yeah, I mean, it does dry down, but it has more to me like a creamy sheer finish. Oh, be still my heart. This Catrice highlighter. This is the More Than Glow highlighter. I have this in Supreme Rose Beam. This is so beautiful. You know, you want a highlighter, you want Charlie Sheen, this is it. This is your friend, and she's a beauty. She is. I think it comes in another shade, which I haven't tried, but heck, this was hard to find. This is off and on. It's sold out on Ulta website, and then it's back. Oh, actually, I don't know. Wait, can you buy Catrice on the Ulta website still? Catrice is one of those ones that, like, now it's on Amazon and Catrice.com, and so I'll see where I can find this for you. Let's talk about a runner-up concealer. This Revolution Beauty is this Eye Bright. Comes in a whole bunch of shades, and I got this shade Caramel to be used as like a bronzer contour because it's very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury. So you can get it in different tones that are darker for blending and contouring, or you get it in your concealer shade for your under eye area for brightening and helping with dark circles. And it's nice. It's really good. I didn't love it at first as a concealer, but now I warmed up to it. Eyeshadows. I feel like this was the year of mini eyeshadow compacts, and I didn't include the Catrice 5 in a box. 5 in a box? 5 in a box. That was like straight up a dupe for Natasha Denona minis. I love them. I know not everybody, I think like Jen Phelps and some other folks, they were like, they're okay. I loved them. But I can say, hands down, whatever Wet n Wild did to their Color Icon, their 5-pan palettes, because these shades we've had before, but they re-released them and they are so good. So my favorite is this Camo Flaunt, and that also there is that Walking on Eggshells, that's a good one too, but this is so beautiful. It has the glitter shade, it has like the deeper crease shade, it has the transition shade. It's beautiful. And then actually what I'm wearing today, and also what I love, are these Essence shadows. And they're $4.99 or something ridiculous. So I have Coral Me Maybe. Coral Me Maybe. And I think I use these two shades for like transition. I don't know, you know me, I like to just like go, I'm gonna use all these colors. And then this one is the bronzed this way, and this is more what is everywhere on me. And I mean, I think I'm wearing every shade in here. So I basically just really went up with this shade in my crease, and then I took my fingers and I went in this shade, and I just like rubbed it all over my lid, and it is so lovely. I really love it. There is something about mini eyeshadow palettes, like where the pan size, okay. Mini shadow palettes are fun only when the pans inside them are about the same size as they would be in a non-mini palette. You follow? Okay. So for instance, the size of these pans in this palette, not terribly tiny. Like that's kind of what it would be the size of in a full-size palette. What I don't like are tiny palettes where the pans are tiny, like the size of a pea or something. That drives me crazy. So yeah. And then another fun e.l.f. launch this year was the Bite Size Brow. This is just such a fun product. This is the taupe, and is this taupe or, yeah. taupe. Look at, you've got the 2 creams, the 2 powders. You can use your angled powder brush. You can use the, you can put the wax on with your finger or with a spoolie. But for $3 or whatever this is, $4, it's just a great, good brow product if you like to do it old school powder. And then and that was it for, I have a lot of brow favorites that came out this year, but they were all more than $10. So, same with lip liners. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am in love with the LA Girl Shockwave liners. They had these in neon, which are a ton of fun, but the lip ones that are in like the shades that are nude, I love them. So I have rosewood, maple glaze, and gingerbread. And I'm wearing maple glaze and rosewood, and they're just so creamy, so long wearing. I really, really love them for like a cheap lip liner, especially going to nudes and doing the whole kind of 90s thing, which why do I roll my eyes every time I do that? Why do I do that? Can you imagine if like a YouTuber, some 80-year-old is like, oh, and then they just love the 50s. That's probably my mom. I used to be obsessed with poodle skirts in the 80s, and my mom would just be like, it's what I wore to high school. Like, ugh, why do you care? And it never had a poodle on it. Okay, Mom. Also, the Shockwave for eyes, this liner, I have this kind of white gold. I think this is like platinum something. Lullaby. Not platinum something. And I use it on my inner corner, and it is so pretty. It's really pretty. To me, if a liner glides on but then doesn't budge, oh, yeah, that's your winner. And Essence added to their Princess Lash, and this year they got a curl and volume mascara, which I actually really liked. So for the Princess Lash family, I think this was a welcome sister. And I like how it's it's a thick formula. It's very dramatic. I am all about, you know, wet, cakey mascaras. Just give it to me. And this is like that dense, bushy mascara brush. So I really like this. I don't know if it's my favorite Princess Lash, but for mascara launches this year for under $10, I like this better than the e.l.f. mascaras, which, by the way, e.l.f. gets credit because they finally came up with some mascaras, or at least one, that was good. Because I've never liked e.l.f. mascaras until this year. And the big purple one, what is it called? Mood? Big Mood? Electric Mood? That one was good, but I like this more. And then last, but not least, the Milani Lip Fetish Matte Nudes. And they just launched the rose ones, flower, whatever rosy tone ones that I ordered from Ulta online. But these are the nudes, and I have shade teas, which is what I'm wearing. It's a very just super neutral, like the shade of my sweater, you know, it's just that like beige. And then this one looks more pink in the tube, but it's a very more like mauvey nude, and it's the shade Secret. And they have several dark shades in these that are just that deep brown. So if you like the nudes, the matte nudes that are deep brown, oh, and I think they're $8. This formula knocks my socks off. I like the original Fetish, like the lipstick that they came out with in this formula. That's more creamy, but the mattes, something about them, I am so in love. So yeah, so that's everything for now. And I think we've got some winners. And also you could probably say that this is some of my most used makeup of the year. So yeah, I feel like I'm kind of, you know, it's got my name all over it. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. Here's to 2022 for all of us. May it be healthy and prosperous, peaceful, less isolating. Just kidding. Well, thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.